Hey there, sexy souls. Alrighty. So, another coffee and tarot, but this morning, just because I got like the really good, oh shoot, what is it called? Y'all, it ain't apple juice. Oh my God. Apple cider? So like they do this, they have this pure apple puree juice thingy that you can use to make apple cider. So I made myself some apple cider. I put lemon in mine and all kinds of stuff, but this is just giving me a little bit of like grounded, getting in and grounded. So you go ahead and grab whatever you want. Normally, y'all know me, a coffee. I did have mine already. Yes, I'm still adjusting back to, it's not so hard. My brain doesn't function, but like my kids are back in school, And I woke up still at like 6:30 in the morning, y'all, or 7, when they weren't in school. So it's like, why is this so difficult? But it's the need to stick to this particular routine because like, we got to get them to school and stuff. Holy moly. And it makes my head go, ugh. So this is going to make me happy today. You grab whatever cup of anything that's going to make you happy. I won't judge. Whatever you need, go get it. Okay. To start this off though, I actually had something that kept being repeated in my mind. Like I'm hearing somebody say, well, what do I do until then? Like, what do I do until then? And I'm like, like, what do I do in the meantime? And I was just kind of like, what does this mean? So I try to sit with it for a little bit, and I feel like this has absolutely everything to do with finances and money. Either being in the building up state of your trying to get to a place where you can make better finances, or knowing that something doesn't, launch. I don't really know what the scenario is because they didn't give me like what they're waiting on, because it had this feeling on like, okay, well, something else is supposed to pop off. But until then, that does me a lot of good right now is the way it felt to me, like, what do I do until then? So what do I do in the meantime? Like, you know what I mean? Because I have needs now is the way that it felt to me. So I don't know what this person is anticipating, or you or whoever it is, but that came through strongly, and I think that's gonna weigh in on the reading definitely. So it's just so amazing. That's like I put spices and stuff in my thing. So in case you're like, what is that junk on her cup? It's nummy, okay? I'm sorry. They're talking. I need to figure out which deck. Messenger Oracle. Okay. Great. Oh, for crying. Oh my God. See the signs, see the truth, be patient. This feels right here already that somebody's already done this. I feel like this is what Spirit's been telling you. Okay. So I'm not really sure where this is going to go. Let's just see the signs. It, to me, is saying something like, you feel like you've been prompted to do something. You kind of like have an inkling that you need to do X, Y, and Z, right? See the truth of the situation. So it's almost as if it's like, like when you get a calling to do something and you just feel like, I need to do this, or this is something that I'm meant to engage in, or, sometimes we make decisions not based upon logic, but because we have a feeling like we feel led to something, a particular decision, and then we see the truth of the situation. You're like, yeah, okay, that is for me and this is supposed to be for me, but this is the scenario as it is right now. And I don't see that coming through. So it feels like to me, this is a little bit of like, you've been seeing the signs, you understand what in the grander scheme, like Queen of Swords type of energy, the greater picture, the long-term goal, and the be patient is like, but yeah, that's obviously going to take time to eventuate. So what do I do in the meantime? And then we have, so obviously on the heels of be patient, we've got show that you care and follow the moon. And I have got to be honest with you, these feel so blank. Like the energy, and it's like, it doesn't feel like anything. And I think that that's where this person, whoever you are, you're like, okay, well, what until then, though? Like, you know, I have to live in the present moment. I can't just constantly live in the future. I've got to deal with things here in the here and now. So what do I do until something? Show that you care and follow the moon. Yeah. All right, let's pull cards on these two. Because whoever this is like feeling so blank, so out of touch. Like, you really are clueless. You're like, okay, like, you don't feel like the answers or the information or the downloads that you're getting, higher self, intuition hits, anything, really helps you in the here and now. It feels like you're like, okay, that's a further in the distance kind of thing. I get it, you know, but what about right now? And like, you may be asking questions right now and you don't feel you're getting the answers. Show that you care, follow the moon. Like, that feels so, okay, they just prompted me to read from the book. I don't think, I know this may sound silly, but it's almost like it doesn't feel like that's going to do it. I feel, and you may be blocked to any of the answers that come through, because if they aren't making sense to the present moment, like, I feel like somebody's asking something and they're getting answers they didn't ask about. That's what it feels like. They're like, what the F does that got to do with? Do not distance yourself from life and those around you. Reach out, ask for help or support if you have needs. Or if someone within your circle is in need of care and support, then give it without hesitation. A trouble shared is a burden halved. Now is not the time to withdraw and be alone, nor is it time to leave another in need. Be aware, be caring, be compassionate, reach out and be a friend, and allow others to be a friend to you. So this is fine and dandy and great. This is coming. What do I do in the meantime, though? And they're like, ask for help. Like, don't shrink back. Don't hide yourself away. Almost like, get back out there. Like, what should you be working on right now? Like, if there's something that's coming and you're like, but it's requiring patience, meaning that there's going to be time that has to pass before something comes in, and you're like, okay, well, what do I do in the meantime then? You're like, you know, again, it felt financial. This could be something else, but it was almost like, you know, hey, you know, what do I do in between? They're like, ask for help. And I get this big feeling of like, ask who? Ask who? Like, I got nobody. Okay, let's get there. I'm loving my stuff today, if y'all can tell. Follow the moon. Alright. Like, get out and be about and do things and interact with other people. So I feel a need, like, networking connections need to be your focus right about now. And in that, you can receive help in the present while you're waiting for something to eventuate or come your way. Okay. I keep hearing who. Ask who. Like who the F am I gonna ask? Seriously. And for you know what I mean? Like, okay, hold on guys. I feel somebody getting irritated. 3/4 of Gaia's surface is covered in water, and the moon's pull can lift the Earth's oceans at the equator and carry them along in her wake. 2/3 of the human body is also water. And therefore, you also are subject to her power. As she waxes and wanes, so do you. Take note, follow the moon cycles, and take note of how you think and feel as her light increases and decreases. Take time to explore and understand her influence upon both your body and your emotions. Okay. I keep hearing cycles and patterns. I keep hearing cycles. Ebb and flow of things. And so it's almost like take heed of how this particular cycle is impacting your body and your emotions. There's something about this particular cycle that is having impact on your emotions and your body. So the energy or the circumstance that you find yourself in currently, in the present moment, is obviously has some type of power over you. Okay. Okay. There's a sense of connecting with other people that can help keep at bay the influence of this particular cycle or this stage or this phase or the energy at the moment, so that it doesn't have power over you, and that the mere connecting with others kind of takes you out of succumbing to the energies and still maintaining mastery over yourself. Okay, alrighty, let's see here. What do I do until then? I'm not feeling, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not feeling content with that answer. So you may not be feeling content with that type of a response. I gotta be honest with you. Oh, good God. Y'all, seriously. I can always tell when my children, I do what's necessary to make sure that my decks are good. And I can always tell when my children have, like, I do it after. I work with all of the tarot decks. I do some cleansing and everything else like that of them after the fact, so that they don't stick around, so energies don't stick around. And I can always tell when my children have come in here, specifically my littlest, and messed with it. He has a very specific way of... Sorry. Alright, so let's get back into this. Someone's not content with the answer that's coming out in this reading. And then I keep, like, who? Your circumstance you may be in, you may be fairly isolated. I'm getting out and enjoying yourself. With the abundance card, this is also 3 of Cups. This is it can be like a celebration. It is really the networking card, though. That's why usually you see 3 cups and there's 3 individuals usually. It's about socializing and getting with others and creating that camaraderie, right? And more so in the camaraderie sense than it is a romantic sense. 2 of Cups is more of the intimate exchange. This is more of a social type of setting. And it's something about that bringing in the balance so that the energies of the stage or the phase that you're in right now, you don't succumb to that. So if you're in a position of waiting for something to come in, you may be in an energy of lack, like it's not here yet, I don't have this, I don't have what I need, or I don't have, you know, X, Y, and Z. And so if you succumb to those types of energies and have a pervasive sense of lack and negativity in your life, you know, that then impacts your body, you know, how well you're responding and the energy levels. And if something's coming in, something tells me you need the energy levels for whatever is going to come in. Again, I'm getting nothing on the actual thing that you may be waiting on, or why you're waiting, or what's coming towards you, or something to that effect. I don't get anything on that. But it also impacts your emotions. And much of what, and the fact that this came out on the Follow the Moon card, you know, the things that can influence how you are seeing things, how you are feeling and experiencing things, it can create a lot of illusions for you. That's what this card is. It's the Seven of Cups. It's only going to create more confusion, right? Person shows up looking at the Seven of Cups. He's like, I don't know which cup is for me. They all look so great, or supposedly might be so great. So it's really difficult to focus and to pull yourself in. So that's the reason why there's a need to connect with other people in a more fun, loving, social type of manner. Tough crowd, tough crowd. I just heard, you gotta be kidding me. I feel like whoever this is does not feel connected to anybody. You may have eliminated a lot of people from your life, and you're in that stage of prior to pulling anybody in, you know, that liminal space where you really do operate fairly isolated. And that there may not be anybody that you consider, quote unquote, a friend or a good friend, where you're like, how do I get out? What do I do? You know, with what? How do I socialize? And I would say, in whatever capacity that you can have fun in, like, look for those. But then there's a sense of waiting for something to come in. So, and if we're talking about finances, I'm like, I mean, this is not coming through in the cards, but I'm over here going, well, how, you know, if you ain't got money, how are you supposed to get out? You know what I mean? Because if you start doing, sure, there's things you can do that don't always cost money that can be fun. But I also know, and I've been in that energy where, hello, I've been in this for 2 years. 2 years of doing the same BS. I think we all learned that during the pandemic and when we had to stay indoors all the time. Like, it's 2 years of the same BS, and it's like what once was fun is no longer fun, because that become when your version of what you can do to have fun is this limited, it becomes its own box. It becomes its own sense of prison. Like, there's no other way of exercising or moving, or, you know, like, when I say exercising, I mean exercising your freedom, basically, is what I'm saying. You know, like going in any direction and trying different things, right? Which a lack of money can do in today's society. So I'm trying to put two and two together, because whoever I'm picking on, they're literally just done. Like, I'm done listening to the BS. It feels like when, like, you know what I mean? Like that maybe why you feel like you never get a real response from Spirit. You're like, hello, I can't exactly do this. And you might be like, how? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so what am I supposed to do in the meantime? And I think that comes back to the, like, okay, if I've been put in this liminal space, but now you're like, now you need to socialize, and it's like, but whatever's supposed to come my way hasn't come my way. And it may be that they're saying, put yourself in the positions that will allow what's meant to come to you. So even if you don't have money, or a social network anymore. Go and do things that could put you in the line of either acquiring money or meeting new people. It may be getting out of the house more than just to go grab the groceries, right? It may be going, like just getting yourself into the energy of, like, start doing the actions that put you in the places where it's more social, where you could find a network to get money and, you know, that kind of stuff, like jobs and things, that you're supposed to put yourself in those types of circumstances. So, did you see that? I didn't touch the stone. I haven't touched the stone. This is carnelian. All right, we're gonna, hold on. We're looking this bad boy up. I know what I use it for, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's... You know what? Some days, things are just not where... A lot of days. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of days, things are just not where they should be. Okay, give me just a second, guys. Just a second. This is the, okay, I know where it is. Good God, I was like, where on God's green earth? All right, guys, so let's just look up what carnelian does and how it impacts. Because that was weird as shit. Just out of nowhere. I'm glad that was on camera. Like, I ain't touched shit. I didn't even... Nothing. It was way up here, guys. Why would it fall? Like, didn't nothing get bumped in a particular way? Like, all right, guys. Carnelian is a stone that connects to the lower chakra. So when we're dealing here with, we're talking about self-confidence, you know, your solar plexus, your drive and motivation, and then feeling secure. If we're talking about being in the lack of something, that makes a lot of sense. It offers stability, grounding, a zest for life, which you obviously probably need help with, and helps to improve confidence and creativity. So utilizing carnelian, for those who like stones, can help increase energy, improve your vision, enhance sleep. It gives you a lot more mental focus. The biggest thing is to give you the energy and the follow through, is what it sounds like to me that I'm reading. I use it for a lot of other stuff too, though. And carnelian can help attract love, passion, and like joy de vivre is what I want to say. I don't know why I want to say that, because that's not me talking. Okay, guys. See, there's a lack of money, a lack of feeling like there's an opportunity for money. So somebody is in a sense of lack, yeah. What do I do until then? And like, I feel like they're like, well, get out. And you're like, to where? With who? And like, I feel like you really are looking around and like, you don't see the opportunities. You don't see the opportunities to do this. You're like, okay, fine, I'll do it. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'll do it. I'll get out there. I'll put myself in those scenarios. But you have probably looked and you're like, the fuck is this? Like, you feel very blocked and not like, you don't get it. You don't understand the answers that are coming through. You don't understand how to do what it is that you think are you feel very, very stuck. You feel like you're running in circles. but you're not as stuck as you're believing in the illusions. You're looking around you going, no, I don't see anything. And you're like, just give me a freaking clue. But yeah, this is a little bit like feeling chained to the illusions because you just can't figure out how to maneuver out of this. Like, you're just like, it doesn't make sense what you're saying. I'm looking, there's nothing available. Like, I don't get it. You feel very lost. You feel just like maybe you feel like you're not really getting any kind of response, right? Like, your intuition is leading you wrong. You're just like, what do I do? Just talk to me in plain English or whatever language, you know, like, just talk to me, like, quit, you know. And it just feels very like it just doesn't make sense to you. I feel like these need to be, we're going to figure out what this tower moment is, because I feel like they're like, something's going to happen to help get you out of this energy. Buying into the BS is what I want to say. Like feeling so limited when it's like there's opportunity and you're like, but where and how do I do this? And like, what are you saying? And I'm not going to read these other two until we figure out what the about this. No, oh my god, you guys, are you shitting me? Get out and be social. This is about your networking, social events, your community, getting out and about, connecting with others. I swear to effing, where are these opportunities to connect? Spirit, come on. Seriously. They're funny. Message of concern is like hearing information that you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear it. You're not open to it. You're like, no, I'm not. I mean, because it sounds so stupid to you. It really does. And I got to be honest with you. My human's going, they're not that far off, because this does really sound stupid. Like, you know, like seriously. Get out, do things. Like what? Spirit, like, no festivals going on right now. Most of the, anything else requires money to do it. I don't have the money, is what I'm feeling. You know, like, I don't have a circle. I mean, like, what the F do you want me to do? Pull something out my ass? That's what it feels like. They're like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I can go for a hike again. I can go do the cheap shit, but like, I've done it a million times and haven't met a single person. I feel very frustrated, whoever this is. It's just like, I feel like, okay, here's the thing. At first, my suggestion is going to be, this is all about doing the things that you got to do. Like, this is the day-to-day task. Toil and labor is like, I'm not doing this because it's fun. I'm doing it because I have to. Like, this is the pattern. This is the routine. Like, just going through the motions because you got to go through, you got to do this, da-da-da. And I feel like whatever you're doing is they're saying, okay, first step, just do something different than what you normally do. And the first couple times you do something different, nothing will probably happen. I got to be honest with you. But you got to get yourself used to not doing the same old, same old. I don't care if you're like, hey, I usually go for a walk at this place at this time. I'm now going to go for a walk either at a different time or a different place and a different time. Like, you're going to just do something different. And then you're going to, you know, instead of looking for jobs on the normal job sites, you're going to start going to groups, like these little chat groups and stuff like that, and start talking there and telling people about yourself. And, You know, and it may feel dumb at first. You're just like, oh my God. And nobody's responding. Nobody says anything. You don't get, and you're like, why do I have to keep doing this? There's something about putting yourself in the energy of just trying something different. And that feels to me like it's going to bring in another idea. Like, ooh, what about this? Or, ooh, I could go try that. And I think at this point, they're like, just do something different. Because you have just been hell-bent on not. Just not. You're just not. Like, I feel like as soon as your intuition says, try this, you're like, that is the dumbest shit. I am not doing... They're like, just do something. Just move. Like, do something different. So don't try to look online and say, okay, if there's other things I can go do and visit and blah, blah, blah. I just need to... And here's the other thing. If you're trying to look for stuff like so you're the kind of person that goes on these, like, I love to go to fairs and I love to go to, like, craft markets and things like that. So you're like, okay, I'll look for one of those. They're almost like, do something different. God, this sounds so... I feel like whoever this is, rather than this sounding like it's going to help get you out of the rut, it just feels like useless work is the way that this is coming across. I think you just said, I'm not doing this crap. We got the child card, which is all about new beginnings. And also getting into a childlike energy. Like anything that fucking gets you, anything different, get out of your daily routine and rut. I'm doing this and this, and anything that makes you feel like that's drudgery to you, as long as it's not drudgery, okay? Try something different, do something different, and make sure whatever you do doesn't feel like a task, okay? Pick one day a week, 2 days a week. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to do something different. I'm just going to whatever. And I'm going to make sure I'm not like, oh my God, right? That's where you meet somebody. A connection will be made like that. Okay, now they're wanting me to move over here. And that's where the success comes from. There is a success. It might feel like a battle getting over this hump, but there's a success in meeting an emperor. Emperor energy. So this is always the person that's either like, if we're talking love, we're talking like the hell yeah, he's emperor status. Like this is the type of energy. Very focused go-getter, but also like knows exactly what they want, mastery over all of their all of the elements. Six of Swords, Six of Wands is like it's like success in getting over this hump of whatever it is. But this, because you know, embers are also like the person with the authority in a business situation. You know what I mean? That's oh my fucking God. They landed down here, and I almost put them back. So, okay, and there's some on the floor. Here we go. Here we go, people. Oh, the phone's going off. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. So, if you're the kind of person that's like, I refuse to date online, but, you know, you keep getting out and doing things, like something's supposed to be coming your way. And if it's love, you know what I mean? If it's a person, then it's like, well, Spirit's like, just change your pattern. Because I feel like you're like, I do. I go to the grocery store. I go and do this. I get out. I blah, blah, blah. I go out to eat. Da, da, da. And they're like, it's the same old shit every day. Like, seriously, get out of your routine. Do something different. And make sure that you like what you're doing. They're not asking you to do something different and for you to be like, Gah! And throw a tantrum like a little child the whole way, going to have to do it. And you're just like, this is stupid. Like, you're going to be the wrong energy then. Right? They're not asking you to do something that doesn't feel good to you. So if dating online doesn't feel good to you, don't freaking do that. That's not what they're talking about. But you do got to get out of this idea that I can't get out of the house somehow. Right? Like something's going to break up the monotony. Something has to break up this monotony. Okay? If this is business by any chance, which one of the other two cards that fell, Great Fortune, so it could be, is all about being able to meet or make connections and network with somebody that you're going to be in harmony with, right? Or the right job. Even if it's like a recruiter, a hiring manager, things like that. Because we've got the main male, so the person that's making the decisions, doing the choices, and taking the actions, all that kind of stuff. The one that you would, like the gatekeeper, so to speak. That's who it is, like with the emperor and stuff like that. So you've just got to do something different. I do feel for a lot of people, we are going on. I swear to you, somebody is over here worried and concerned and wondering about money, and Spirit's like, we got it. You're like, what am I supposed to do until then? Get out, have fun, meet people, network, you know, da-da-da-da. And they're like, their plan is to bring a person in. And you over here asking like, you waiting on some money, it feels like. I swear to you, that's what it feels like to me. Oh. Whatever this connection is and this meetup is, it's going to bring you out of this. See, it's got to be entwined somehow, because there's still a little bit of element of like money and things. And I think that that's where it's got you. We got this, it says not hiring, and it's a despair card. This is like the 5 of Pentacles. This is the distraught and without card, right? And it could be also just, you know, like feeling like you've been out of the loop of the dating game for so long and you don't have companionship and everything else like that. Because they have highlighted how very alone this person feels. And is really. But for some of you, it is prospects, networking, the connection to the, you know what I mean? And they're like, you don't have to just not do anything. Oh, sorry, I related down wrong. You're going to encounter a lot, like getting out. The path card is about just taking a different path, a new course, right? Going a different direction, trying something different. It is going to be a lot of great fortune, okay? You just got to change up your routine. So if you're asking, okay, what do I do right now? What is my number one thing that I can do to bring something in? And they're like, whatever you normally do, first off, change that routine. Do some things that you don't go to the same old haunts. Don't stay in a pattern. Don't stay in a whatever. But on top of that, make sure whatever it is that you do choose to do, it feels good to you, right? That it's something that helps you to feel sociable. Don't go to things thinking, I just need to get out so I can make connections, and so you're just going places and it doesn't feel like you're like it should not feel like a chore, guys. It should not feel like a fucking chore is what they're saying. Okay? So they're not asking you to do something that you're like, ugh. But you do have to get over this hump. Because the way things are set up in your life, tower moment, that foundation, not good. Okay? So whatever you're doing right now, the pattern and routine that you're in right now, ain't gonna bring, it's not clear in the path for that thing to come in. Okay? If you're thinking of love, money, whatever it is, it's not clear in the path. Choose something different. Shake up your routine. And by all means, if something there's certain things we can't fucking get away from. I'm sorry, Spirit, I gotta take my kids to school every day. I gotta pick them up from school. I gotta, that kind of stuff. That has to happen. But if you think that you are taking actions towards, like, trying to meet whatever's coming your way halfway, you're probably spinning your wheels. You're not actually taking any actions. And for some of you may have actually stopped yourself and like you're not really doing much of anything anymore. You're not trying to take any actions because you're like, everything I try is just not working out. And they're like, you need to, the formula is doing something out of your normal haunts, out of your normal, getting yourself into more social situations, but that you would actually like. Okay? So do not head towards something with a pessimistic attitude or do something and feel obligated to do it. Although I think some of you all will have to get over the hump of having, like, it's almost going to feel like an obligation trying to get out. But by no means, what they're trying to say is don't interpret that as having to just do shit you don't like. That's not what they're talking about, okay? Get into a childlike energy that's going to bring a bit of a newness. Try something new. And I'm going to let you play with that, play in the field of possibilities. If it's going somewhere different for your crush, like, start small. Just start doing it, though. change it up, your regular haunts and your regular patterns are not going to allow this to come in. Okay. Hope that helped. Wow. Y'all have a great, wonderful day.